A really important skill is to be able to convert percentages, decimals into fractions into each other. I'm going to start with fractions first. I'm going to show you the bus stop method and the factors of 10 method. Okay. So, say for instance you had 1/3 as a decimal. Most people learn that it's 0.3 recurring. And I started with this because it's really important. 1/3 is 0.3 recurring, 0.333. It just goes on forever. It definitely is not 3/10. This is 0.3. This is a terminating decimal. This is a recurring decimal. This one stops, it terminates. This one recurs, it goes on forever. You must be really clear that you know the difference between 3/10 and 1/3. Now, I'm going to show you how to work out a number that you don't know. For example, if you didn't know what 2/3 were, you could turn it into a bus stop. So 3 on the outside because it's the one we're dividing by. It's the same as writing this. So 3 is the thing that you're fitting into the bus stop that you're dividing by, and 2 on the inside. And I'm going to change colour just to help you see. So 3 into 2 won't fit, so we cross it through and we put a decimal point in and a 0 because 3 won't fit into 2. And we need to carry our remainder of 2 onto a new 0. How many 3's would go into 20? So let's write down a 3 times table. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. That should do us for the second. So 20 fits in here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3's will fit into 20, and my final number was 18 because 6 times 3 is 18. My number that I've actually got that I need to work with is 20, so I've got a remainder of 2. Oh look, we've got the same number here and here, so I already know my answer. So I could just keep going forever and I end up with 0.6 recurring. Remember that, 0.6 recurring is 2/3, but 0.6 terminating is 6/10 because we have a 6 in the tenths column. So we have 6/10. So for a number that you don't know off by heart, one of the easiest things to do is just work it out on a bus stop. Now if the denominator, so the number on the bottom, is a factor of a power of 10, so for instance 10, 100, 1,000 and so on, you can use equivalent fractions to work out the answer. So 4/5, I know that 5 is a factor of 10, so what I can do is turn this number into 10 by multiplying. So 5 2's make 10, so I'm going to times by 2 to get here. Whatever I do to the top, I must do to the bottom, or the bottom to the top. So I get 8/10. So that means I have 0.8 because I have 8 in the tenths column. The other way to look at it would be this. 8 divided by 10 is written the same way as this. So it's the same thing, just written in a different way. And 8 divided by 10 is 0.8. So I know that 4/5 is the same as 0.8. Here's another one. 25 is not a factor of 10, but it is a factor of 100. So I can convert this fraction into hundredths instead of 25ths. 4 lots of 25 make 100, so I'm going to times my denominator, which is my bottom number, by 4, and to keep them in the same proportion, I'm going to times my numerator by 4 also. Well, 4 times 7 is 28. So I end up with 28 divided by 100, which gives me 0.28. Or the other way I could look at it is I have 28 written in the hundredths column. So if I worked it out like this, it would be my units, my decimal place, my tenths, my hundredths. So I have 28 in my hundredths column, so it looks like that. Because I've got 8 hundredths and 2 tenths, so I write my 2 in my tenths column and my 8 in my hundredths column. So I know that 7 over 25 is the same as 0.28.